the door. It's cold out there.
Hey everybody, this is Jake and Louie from Ranker Esports, here to talk about Whispers of the Old Gods.
Yes, just announced
the newest Hearthstone expansion, which also marks the release of Standard Mode.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what Blizzard announced today during the North American
Winter Championship.
They announced the name of the expansion, Whispers of the Old Gods, 134 cards. What else? It releases late April, early May.
Yes, because Blizzard can't just set a date and tell you that.
No, that could be a time frame, and then like hit the fourth last.
Yeah, so expect it early May. They announced new card slots, 9 new card slots coming, deck recipe coming, but it's really about the cards that they were talking about.
It's really about the cards. So, enough with all of that other stuff. Let's talk about some cards. First one, Polluted Hoarder. It's our everyone's favorite little greedy gnome.
Yep. So there's a theme of these new cards. Well, at least 2 of the 6 cards follow this theme. There'll be more to come, but it's corrupted versions of current cards.
Yes.
So this is a corrupted version of Loot Hoarder.
Yep.
So they doubled the mana, doubled the attack, and doubled the health, but they didn't double the one thing that would have made it good,
They didn't
and that's
double
a death
the
rattle.
greed.
Yes, double the need.
It still only draws 1 card, and honestly, it would be a good card if they doubled the death rattle.
I feel like it would be a great card if they didn't.
Yes.
But since they didn't, it's not going to get play. So
It's
we don't have
trash.
to talk about
So,
that much longer.
Whatever. The second corrupted card, Corrupted Healbot. It now is a 5 mana, 6/6 that heals the enemy hero for 8.
It's using
death
its
rattle.
powers of healing for bad.
And I love the picture for it. It's got a little machine gun healing
Yeah, like
syringes.
yeah, it's great. But what I really like about this card is with Standard coming in, Loatheb and Sludge Belcher, these staple 5-drops are gone.
Yeah.
So there's this, outside of Druid, there's this hole at the 5 spot that we don't know what's going to fill it. Whether it's going to be an existing card getting extra play or some great 5-drop coming out. I'm not saying that this one is, this is it.
5-drop, because there definitely
the stats are nice.
There is a drawback with it.
And the Alkanized Soul Priest synergy is great, but there's still a lot of cards. There's 128 more cards to be released.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm guessing that at Blizzard they're gonna know that now the 5 spot is pretty vacant. So
At some point that'll be fun in like Arena where it's all about board control, and then you worry about their face.
That's
whenever
gonna
they
be
have minions.
a great Arena card.
Yes.
Actually. But so Corrupted Healbot. It's good seeing a mech get corrupted, and it can be played in mech decks.
Yeah.
If they still exist.
Yeah, they're not
when
going to
Standard
exist,
happens. Yeah. So the third corrupted card. The end is near. Well, guess what? The end is nigh.
The Doomsayer is not just destroying the board and running away.
He is
It's
validated.
getting fed.
He is validated. What he thought was going to happen comes true. So now, instead of destroying everything, he's going to get a bunch of attack and then destroy everything.
And like I said, another 5-drop.
Yes.
We'll see what happens with it. It's cool because, first of all, when you hear someone with 7 attack, you're like, oh, BGH.
Yep.
But this card can't get BGH until it has a turn to attack. Because when it's the opponent's turn, he's still sitting at 0.
Yeah.
So that's fun, but on the other side of that, it's also a mean silence target. You look at something
one of the
like,
best silence
you look
targets,
at something like a light spawn, like silencing those in Arena are so much fun. This is a 0-5 sitting there, and this is a 0-7 sitting there.
Yeah. So I mean, I just love validated Doomsayer because Doomsayer's a fun card already.
Everyone loved Doomsayer.
Yeah. And then he's near.
Yeah, and it used to be able to pop out of shredders. That'll be gone.
Yeah. So I think there's going to be some cool stuff that you can do with that card. Obviously, super big silence target, but everyone was always so worried about BGH. Now that isn't a thing, at least with that card for 1 turn.
Yeah.
So you get the 7
Yeah,
damage.
BGH is always around, but it's BGH proof for a turn.
But moving on from our corrupted cards, the next 3, we'll kind of pair them together because they fit the new theme of the set. There are 3 cards. We've got Beckoner of Evil, we've got the Twilight Elder, and then the big bad old god, Cthulhu.
Yes.
Not Cthulhu, Cthulhu. I wonder where they drew their
Cthulhu.
inspiration from.
Exactly. And these
So-
all work together,
Yes.
and Cthulhu was the theme of the day.
Yeah. Well, at least for the back half of the cards.
Yes, for what the initial 6 cards, Cthulhu is the big news. And they're even giving it away for free when you log in, at the start of the new expansion. You get 3 packs, and Cthulhu.
And that makes a lot of sense because if 16 of the cards in the expansion are about Cthulhu, so if those 16 cards are in the set and you don't have Cthulhu, it's just like,
They're
well, I'm
worthless.
never using Beckoner of Evil. There's no point to. But since they're giving you the card, that makes those cards worth it, which is good, and that's important.
And Blizzard giving away free stuff is super rare, but I mean, it's always great when it happens.
How dare they give me free stuff?
Exactly. But speaking about the cards specifically, you can see the stats. They're all about buffing Cthulhu. But the thing that's great about them and why, first of all, like you see Blizzard, they're not just releasing Cthulhu, they're releasing a Cthulhu deck.
Yeah.
They're releasing Cthulhu and there's 16 cards that go with it. So this is the new mechs. So you will see class cards that are stronger in relation to Cthulhu that will end up getting play. It's kind of like how mechs, like Mech Shaman, Mech Mage were the top guys.
Yeah, and that happened because a bunch of mechs came out.
Yeah, and so Cthulhu will have that same effect. But you look at the cards, like the Beckoner of Evil, it's a 2-mana 2/3.
That's
like,
totally unfair.
Like it has the power creep vanilla stats. It's a 2-mana 2/3, and then there's a 3-mana 3/4, which are right on par.
Yep, those just work with everything else.
So it's not like you have to go super out of your way to use Cthulhu.
And then, you know, Cthulhu just with the second one, as they were announcing it, us two, we were just saying, that's a BGH target right there.
The thing about Hearthstone is just great base stats doesn't make a great card. It's
Yeah.
about the effect that can have.
But its Battlecry does.
Yes.
Battlecry makes it a great card.
The battle cry is so good because it gives immediate impact, immediate damage, and it's so good that all the buffs leading up to it are
Help
great for
that.
just that reason, for
Yes.
just the battle cry.
Yeah, so, I mean, with 14 more cards that affect Cthulhu coming out, and then also the 3 other old gods, I'm excited to see
Yeah.
those.
We love seeing the
Yogg-Saron,
legendaries.
Visarge, and Nizvok or something.
Another one your
Another
raid
one.
wiped in on WoW.
Yeah, oh my god, Ulduar. Million wipes, probably a real number. But with all of those cards coming in, they'll be announcing new cards as time goes on, and they will also be announcing the cards that got nerfed because they said there are going to be a lot of nerfs now that standard
So
mode is
get
coming
the
out.
salt ready.
Get the salt ready. Everybody call Raynad. But that's all for us. We will see you next week with Ranker Esports Weekly, and talk to you soon.
RankerEsports.com to get ranked, build a team, and find events. Ranker. Play together, win together.